Hi everyone, and welcome to this classical Pilates class. I have posted a class like this in the past and you guys have seemed to enjoy it. So if you are ready, come and join me on the mat, and there's going to be some easy aspects to this class but some more difficult ones as well. So we're going to get started on our back in a supine position. So roll gently onto your back, and we're going to start with some breathing because breathing is so important in Pilates and connecting to the breath and connecting to the core. So place your hands on your rib cage. We're going to take a nice big inhale, expanding the ribs. Exhale through your mouth, draw the ribs down. Inhale in again, expanding the rib cage. Now on your exhale, I want you to focus on that transverse abdominis, drawing it in like a corset. Letting out all your air. Inhale again. Expanding the sides of the rib cage. Exhale. Draw the transverse in, lift the pelvic floor gently. And then inhale again. Exhale. Contract the pelvic floor. Draw the transverse abdominis in like a corset, and then come back to normal breathing. We're going to go into our pelvic tilts now, and our pelvic tilt is going to be pressing our back gently into the mat. So you're going to exhale, press your lower back into the mat so that there's no arching in your spine. When you do this, I want you to notice that your obliques are shortening and that you're not clenching in the glutes and you're not popping in the abs. This is just a gentle rocky motion. So you're going to exhale, press gently, inhale, come back to neutral. And we use this pelvic placement a lot during our workout. So you'll notice that your hip bone and your pubic bone is level at neutral. And then when you imprint, your pubic bone becomes on a higher level. So exhale, imprint it, inhale, come back to center. Okay, we're going to add on now. So we're going to come into our hip rolls. You're going to imprint the spine, and then we're going to articulate through the spine, peeling our spine off the mat till we get to our shoulder bridge. Now, I want you to make sure that you're sliding your ribs down towards your hips. There's a slight tuck under of the pelvis. You're pressing through your heels. You're going to inhale here. Exhale, melt that spine down, melt the rib cage down, all the way down to neutral. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, press the lower back in towards the mat, lifting up vertebra by vertebra, peeling your spine off the mat to your shoulder bridge. And then inhale here. Exhale. Release gently down onto the mat. So this is just a nice and gentle warm up, waking up our body for today's class. And it is going to get harder, don't you worry. This is not a beginner's class. It's going to be more intermediate, but there will be some modifications that you can do. Inhale. Exhale. Lower it all down. And then come back to a neutral spine. What we're going to do now is we're going to take our arms overhead. Make sure that your arms are in your periphery. And then I also want you to make sure your rib cage, make sure you're drawing the ribs down towards the hips. So you're not opening up the back, flaring in the ribs. You're keeping that core connection. And then we're going to circle them around. So inhale, arms come overhead, core connection. Exhale, circle them around, waking up and mobilizing the shoulder joint. Let's do another one in this direction. And then we're going to change the direction. So circle around, up overhead, and then bring it back down. Inhale, exhale. Remember that core connection, no flaring in the ribs. Perfect. I want you to lengthen your legs along the mat now. We're going to come into our one leg circle. So you're going to inhale, lengthen the right leg towards the ceiling. And then I want you to circle that right leg a nice biggish circle, but go with your own hip mobility. So if you are gripping in the hip flexors, I want you to bend the left leg and then make your circle smaller, or you can also bend both legs. But I'm going to stick with the full version. So inhale for half the circle, exhale for the other half. Really focus on that core connection. That core is helping you to stabilize and to lift that leg. We're going to change the direction. So take it down, up and around, pausing at the top and then circling again. My hip flexors are gripping a bit, so I'm going to bend my leg. So just go with where your body's at and maybe make your circle smaller. Okay, lower that leg, extend your legs out again, lift your leg to the ceiling, and either take one of the modifications or do the full version. I did the full version on the other side, so I'm going to do it on this side. Okay, inhale, exhale. Let's change the direction, taking it across the midline of the body and then lifting it back up. Keep the pelvis still, the hips are still. If you need that tactile reference, you can use it. If you need to bend that leg, take that modification, you can do that. I'm finding it easier on this side, but I still want to even out my sides, so I bent my leg there. Okay, what I want you to do now is take your hands behind your head. Okay, we're coming into our ab prep. So you're going to exhale, lift up into a crunch, into an ab curl, making sure that your ribs are sliding down towards your hips. You're not popping in the abs, and your head is just resting on your hands. Inhale here, exhale, melt the upper thoracic spine to the mat. Exhale, lift. Inhale, stay. Exhale, lower. Perfect. Keeping that belly button to spine. Inhale, hold. Exhale, release. So we're really getting into the abs here, the slow and controlled movement. It looks like nothing. That's the thing about Pilates, is that it looks like nothing. And then you get a surprise. Okay. Lower down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, stay. Exhale, lower. Head is just resting in your hands. You're not pulling on your neck. Let's go for another 2. So we're really waking up the abs here, getting into the abs. Perfect. Bring your knees in towards your chest, imprinting your spine towards the mat. We're going to work in an imprint now. And then I want you to come up to your ab curl. So we're going to come into single leg stretch. Extend the left leg, hug the right knee in towards the chest, and then we switch. Exhale as that knee comes in. Inhale as you switch, staying up in that ab curl. If this hurts your neck, you can put your hands behind your head like this, and that puts more load on the abs as well. Okay, scooping in the abs. Stay with me. You should feel your abs burn about now, but we're going to continue. So I want you to take your hands behind your head, and then we're going to come into the obliques. Coming into our crisscross. I want you to lift up and over. So think of that opposite rib to hip connection, not just the knee to elbow. You're lifting up and over, and then switching. To lift and a twist, drawing the abdominals in towards the spine. Last 2. Last one. Hug the knees in, coming into double leg stretch. Extend arms and legs. Make sure you're not dropping the head as you take your arms overhead. You're keeping that head up at the same place. Gaze towards your legs. And then exhale, circle it around. Hug the knees back in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, circle. So that those arms are staying in your periphery. You're not taking them too far back. And you're staying up here in your ab curl. It's an isometric hold. We're working the lower and the upper abs. Perfect. Okay, let's go for another 2. Last one. Bring it in. Extend your legs. Coming into our scissors. Lift up into that ab curl. Gaze towards your thighs. Drop the left leg. Pulse the right leg in twice. Switch. And then I want you to make sure that you are scooping in the abs. So you're not pulling on that leg in. You're using the abs to pull that leg in. Going a little bit deeper on the second pulse. Last 2. Hug it in. Lower the neck down, the head down. And then just rock from side to side, releasing your neck. Hug the knees in towards the chest. And then place your feet on the mat about hip distance apart. Coming into our bridges. You're going to exhale, lift the hips off the mat, keeping the rib-tip connection. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. You're pressing through the heels. Okay, keeping that belly button to spine. Slight tuck under of the pelvis. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And when things start getting hard, remember, focus on your breath. Squeeze those glutes without lifting up, opening up the ribs, flaring in the ribs. Keep that core connection. Last 2. Last one, hold it up here. I want you to put the weight into your left foot, but keep the hips level. We're going to articulate through the right foot, lifting it up off the mat. Lower it back down, articulating through the foot. Now really use this tactile reference. We're going to alternate. Left foot articulates up, coming off the mat. So feel, are your hips level or are they rocking to the side? Are you losing that connection? Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And then we're just alternating. Keep the glutes up, the hips up. You don't have to lift your foot off the mat very far. Keep it small. Last 2. Last one. Okay, we're going to level up. I want you to lift that right leg towards the ceiling. Point that foot. Make sure the hips are level. Feel here. Are they level? Exhale, flex and lower. Inhale, point and lift. Keep the hips level. So I don't want you dropping that leg too far that you're opening up the hip to the side. Keep, if you need to, keep that range small, but make sure that you have good form. Okay, let's go for another 5. Last 3. Keep up in that bridge. Last 2. Last 1. Bend it in, take it down. Inhale, extend that leg. Exhale, flex lower. Inhale, point, lift. Okay, hips are level, hips are square. Don't dip the one hip, the left hip. Keep up in that glute bridge. Rib to hip connection. It's hard. It's burning. Last 1. Lower it back down. Lower the hips down. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Taking a release here. Okay. We're going to get more into the abs now. And it's not going to be easy. So I'm going to show you a modification that you can do coming into rollover, but you can start with rollover prep. So place the left ankle over the right, abduct the knees so that there's like a diamond shape. For the rollover prep, you're going to peel your tailbone off the mat, rolling through your spine, and then lower back down. Switch ankle placement. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, lower down. So you're scooping in the abs and you're rolling up. You're not using momentum like this. You're not pushing through your hands. You are scooping in, lifting up, and then lowering down. I'm watching you. Don't use momentum. Don't use your hands. Okay. If you would like to go into the full rollover, okay, bring your legs together on a diagonal, back press flat to the mat. You're going to inhale, bring it up to the ceiling. Exhale, roll over, touch the toes to the floor. Inhale, lift, abduct the legs, take them apart, and then exhale, roll back down to your starting position. Inhale, lift, exhale, roll over, touch the ground, open, and then exhale, roll back down. Okay, let's do another 2 in this direction. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, open, exhale. Take it down. So scoop in those abs. Lift, scoop, over, touch, lift, open, lower it back down. Okay, keep the legs apart. We're going to go in the opposite direction. So inhale, lift, exhale, roll over, touch the floor, lift, abduct the legs, bring them together, and then lower back down. Okay. And then we're going to abduct. Inhale, lift, exhale, roll over, touch the ground, lift, bring together, and then exhale, roll down. Abduct the legs, lift, roll over, and then abduct. Let's do one more. Okay, lower the knees down towards the mat. The feet, not the knees. Okay, make sure you have enough space. Flex your feet. Feeling a nice stretch in the abs after that work. Whew. Okay, bring your feet together. We're going to come into neck pull, and there's 2 modifications that you can take. The easier one is you can inhale, lift, take your hands forward, roll up vertebra by vertebra, head comes between arms, and then you're going to take your hands behind your head, lift up, extend the spine, exhale, roll back down. Slowly, slow and controlled. Okay, the harder version is this one. Keep your hands behind your head. And then we're going to inhale, lift up into our ab curl. Exhale, roll up, flexing the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, roll down. Vertebra by vertebra, slow and controlled. So go with whatever modification you can handle today. Inhale, ab curl. Exhale. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, roll back down. Vertebra by vertebra. Okay, inhale, lift, exhale, roll up. I needed to take the modification there. Exhale, roll back down. Okay, let's do another one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, and inhale, lift. Roll back down. Okay, perfect. We're going to do one more, but we're not going to do the full one. We're going to just lift up. So you're going to take whatever modification you need, lift up, Lift up and extend the spine. Take the arms out to the side, flex the feet, and then we're coming into our spine twist. So you're going to exhale 3 pulses. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Inhale back to center. So I want you to find length and twist. Coming back to center, you're lifting up. Exhale. So we're working the obliques. Every time you pulse, you're deepening the obliques. Going a little bit further, making sure that the other hand isn't passing the midline of the body. You're keeping it out to the side. Okay. Last one. Bring your feet together, knees apart, fold over. Taking a nice stretch, nice hip flexor stretch. Okay. We're going to come down onto our mat now. You can rest your head on your hand for now. And then bring your feet out to the corner of your mat. So your spine is straight, but your feet are on an angle, or your legs. We're going to abduct the top leg, flex the foot, take it forward, 2 pulses. Exhale, point and take it back. Inhale. Exhale. So on that second pulse, you're getting even further. And exhale, taking it back. Using the core to stabilize. Slow and controlled, feeling the glute contraction as you take it back. Okay, last one. Bring your legs together. Make sure that your body is in one straight long line now. And then we're going to inhale, lift that top leg. Flex, lower. Inhale, point, lift. Exhale, flex, lower. Bring that top hip a little bit further away from you so that there's a gap between your waist and the mat. Working the side glutes here, the glute med, the glute min. And we're also working the core by keeping that core engagement. Hold that leg up, circles, small circles. Inhale for half, exhale for the other half. So keep your circles slow and controlled. Make sure they're circles, go in the other direction. Nice, perfect circles. Really lengthening out through that leg. Last one. You can lower your head down onto your arm if that's more comfortable for you. And we're coming into staggered legs. So you're going to exhale, bring the bottom leg to meet the top. Inhale, lower. So we're thinking of that adductor connection, the inner thigh connection. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it together, lower down together. Okay, double leg lift. Exhale, lift both legs. Inhale, lower. If this is hurting your hip, I would suggest folding up your mat twice or getting like a little blanket that you can use. Okay, let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Lift up. Lift that right arm up and over. Take that left leg, the leg that you worked. Lift up, lengthen, and then twist towards the side. Feeling a nice stretch in the glute. Just releasing here. Unravel, and then we're going to go straight into the other side. Okay, so coming into our side kick now. Make sure that your legs are on an angle. Push that top hip away so that there's a gap underneath your waist in the mat. We're going to abduct that top leg, Flex, take it forward, 2 pulses. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, exhale. Draw that belly button towards the spine so that you're keeping that core engagement and you're not rocking in the hips. Trying to keep the hips and the upper body as stable as possible. Let's go for another 2. Last one. Drop it down. Bring your legs in line with the rest of your body. Point and lift. Flex and lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Thinking like you're painting the wall with your foot, the little brush strokes. Creating length through that leg. Let's go for another 3, 2, 1. Lift it up hip height and then circle forward. Small circles. Try and keep the stability in the pelvis, in the upper body. Exhale for half the circle. Inhale for the other half. Let's change the direction. Lengthening out through that leg. Last 2. Last 1. And you can lower down onto your arm. You're going to exhale, lift the bottom leg to meet the top. Inhale, lower. So really squeeze. Think of that inner thigh connection, that adductor connection. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it all down. Double leg lift. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, getting into the obliques as well. So making sure that your hips are stacked, square to the front of the room. Small lift. Let's go for another 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Push up to seated. Come into some lateral flexion. Lifting up. Okay, take that right leg over the left, lift up and lengthen, and then twist. Feeling a nice spine twist, rotation of the spine, and a nice glute stretch, because that really worked my glutes. I was burning. Okay, unravel that. We're going to come down into a prone position now. I'm going to take my mic off. Just put it in front of me. Okay, I want you to make sure that your feet are about shoulder distance apart, slightly externally rotated. You're going to rest your forehead on your hands, and then we're coming into single leg extension. So let's start on the right side. We're going to exhale, lift up, extending that leg. Inhale, lower. So create length through that leg, and think of that glute, lifting that leg up, and the hamstring. Exhale, lift and lengthen. So you're not bending that leg, lifting. You are creating a strong, long leg. Getting into those glutes some more. Exhale, lift. Let's do one more. Okay, the other side, left leg. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Glute is contracting. As you lift, you can feel it in your hamstring as well. Stay with me. Let's go for another 4. Last 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Now we're going to come into double leg extension. So you're going to exhale, lift both legs. You'll feel your pubic bone press into the mat. If you need a blanket, you can use that. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Keep the legs strong and straight. So you're lifting up with those glutes. It's a strong, powerful movement. And if you are focusing on the right thing, you'll feel a little shake. Exhale, lift. Let's go for another 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Take your arms out by your shoulders. We're going to come into breaststroke. You can bring the legs a bit further together. And then you're going to exhale, lift your hands off the mat, extending your arms. Inhale, circle them around, lift up even further. Exhale, dive down, take the arms forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, go down. Inhale, come up for air. Exhale, gaze towards the mat. Inhale, look just forward. Exhale, take it down. It's like you're swimming, just not in water. Let's go for another 2. Exhale, inhale. Last one. Circle it around. And then take it forward. Take your hands down onto the mat. And then lift up. Take my mic back and then press back to a quick shell stretch. We're going to finish off the class strong with some push-ups. Okay, so you can do this one of 2 ways. You can do it on your knees. On your knees, find that strong plank. Slight tuck under of the pelvis. Draw your ribs down towards your hips. And then you're going to lower, lift. Inhale. Exhale. Or you can do the full push-up. Find that ugly plank. Tuck under of the pelvis, sliding the ribs down towards the hips, pushing the floor away. Inhale. Exhale. So go with whatever modification you feel comfortable with. I'm going to be on my knees because I'm not that great at push-ups. So let's lower down, lift back up. Let's go for another 6. 5. Remember that rib tip connection, that core connection. Last 3. 2. Bring your elbows in towards your waist. 1. Lift up, press back to a shell stretch. Taking a nice big deep breath. Take your hands to the right. Coming into some lateral flexion. And then to the left. Coming back to center. Let your palms face up. Just releasing the shoulders. Put your forehead on the mat. Taking a nice big deep breath to finish off class. And when you're ready, you're going to roll up vertebra by vertebra, seated. And we are done for today's class, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this classical Pilates class. If you have, please give me a like, comment down below. Let me know if you'd like to see more classes like this. And don't forget to subscribe, as it really supports my channel and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining me and I hope to see you in the next video. Please stick around. Bye, guys.